Hi everyone, my name is Nicole. Welcome to Kazini Talks. This is a space where we get to learn, grow and live a purposeful life. So in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys a very interesting topic, and I also have someone that I'm going to be asking a few questions here. And yeah, before we go any further, I'll just request him to introduce himself, and then you guys can always do the cool stuff like the video, share, subscribe. So yeah. Can you please introduce yourself to us and just tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Emmanuel Sebashije. I'm a content creator in Uganda. Isn't that what you want to know about me? Since you're talking about content creation, maybe. Actually, I have a channel. It's called Comedy Files UG. It's the only channel I think we can talk about because it's a comedy channel. Initially, it was uploading stand-up comedy, but currently it's uploading skits.
Okay.
Yes.
So so we are just going to be talking about the life of a content creator in Uganda, and since we have him here, so yeah, I want to just get to ask you, like, how did you get into the world of content creation? Like, where did all this come from? Because obviously there's nothing that comes out of the blue. So just can you tell me how it all began, where all this came from?
Initially, I was a stand-up comedian. I was doing stand-up comedy, and we used to film our content from theater, the theater setting, Theater La Bonita. So every Wednesday we had a show. We filmed the content, went back, edited the content, uploaded on our YouTube channel. That is Comedy Files YouTube. That is a platform I was running at the beginning of 2014 up to 2019. Okay. So every time we filmed that content, we uploaded on our YouTube channel. That's where the journey started from. But by then, YouTube wasn't that so
So were you working with a team by then?
Yes, I was working with comedians, comedians in the country. So after the performance, we could edit that content and upload on YouTube. Initially, it was showing on a TV station in the country, but later on, actually after an episode airing on TV, that content the next week will be uploaded on our YouTube channel for the online audience. Because there are so many Ugandans who are not in the country, they are in other countries, but could access the content from Uganda. The only way actually to access that kind of content is by watching online platforms, and YouTube was among the platforms we could use as content creators or as comedians at that very moment. So we started by uploading stand-up comedy. Currently we are uploading some skits, but the skits started last year during the lockdown, because those are skits I think some people in the Ugandan audience are now used to. The radio callers, they are kind of skits. It's a concept where callers call on the radio, they have their own issues, all the drama that happens on radio stations. So we got that concept and decided to create content out of it. Okay. So currently that's what we upload a lot. Much as there are other skits we are looking at in the nearby future. Yeah. To keep on entertaining people. So that's the journey of creating this kind of content.
So still going back, like, how did you get to discover you actually had the love for comedy? And in the world of creation, content creation, there are so many fields that you could have chosen to get into. So why exactly did you decide to go into comedy? Like, what makes it so unique? Yes, I know it's entertaining to people, but yeah, how did it all start? How did you get to discover that you actually had that love and passion or talent in comedy?
So by asking that, it means you're going way back to probably my venturing into stand-up comedy and all that kind of stuff. You see, as we grow up, we try different things. I tried the soccer, I got muscle pulls.
Really?
And I decided to
Wow.
chill.
Okay.
I tried music.
That's
but
a new one, you see.
I tried music, but my voice wasn't.
Did you record a couple of hits?
No, I didn't. I'm talking about school choirs.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the school choir. So now in the choirs, you can tell that so when it comes to music, I want to go far. I would rather leave this area and concentrate on something else. So in most cases, we discover our talents when we are young. You get it? We discover these talents when we are in school. So I started knowing and seeing that I can do something when it comes to humor when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
That was when I was still at Light High School. Earlier at the primary level, I used to act here and there, but I wasn't so good at it. And I was a shy person at that level. So chances are high I was not going to penetrate anywhere in drama as far as my early
childhood days,
days are concerned. So in secondary, I started joining the drama club. That was when I was in senior 2, I think. I joined the drama club, started acting, simple acting. Like I was in an Adventist school. So in an Adventist school, we used to have what we call AY program, Adventist youth. So we organize different plays, we organize different things in the evening. Actually starting with afternoon at around 2 p.m. Then we perform that in front of an audience of other students.
Okay.
So that's where I started acknowledging that, hey, I had something good that people were interested in, because whenever I could act, at least there was something to remember about me. Group that was stand-up comedy competition. So we started a stand-up comedy group with a few other comedians in the industry, or guys who were in that very competition. That's where my journey starts. You wanted to know where. It's a long story, and here we are today. You get it? I never stopped creating content. I never stopped creating work. Even after 2019, when I stopped organizing events at the theater, I decided to continue working with a few other however, I'm planning to do other things as well and create content in other areas of life. Yes.
So outside the whole content creation thing, like what else is Emma known for? Like if anyone just hears your name, what will they associate you with outside content creation or comedy, if I can say?
I'm a normal human being. Down to earth guy, somebody who's doing his own things. I don't want to get into detail probably since we are talking about content creation, but somebody who knows me elsewhere, they know me as a down to earth person. Somebody who wants to see others progress as far as talent is concerned, because talent always used to be my passion, and I used to want to help other people achieve whatever they could achieve as far as talent is concerned. So if you would want to know Sewachije Emmanuel, things like that outside all this content creation, then this is somebody who wants to be knowledgeable in so many other areas of life.
Okay.
And my passion is so much into health. I want always to know about health, how people can live a good life health-wise. I always want to know about relationships, so
Are you in one?
Yes, I'm in one currently. Much as it is confidential.
I know. I can tell that one. I'll not get so much into that detail.
It's, these things of passion and, the heart. You don't just, expose them anyhow.
Matters of the heart.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. So, that's Emmanuel outside content creation.
Okay. So, in general, just the whole content creation thing has not really been something so common here in Uganda. So in your perspective, because you've been in it for quite some time, like what view or what perspective can you talk about it? Are you seeing it progressing? Like, is it something that is getting to grow, you know, in many youths here? Do you really see content being taken seriously in the country and going to the next level? Or how is your general perspective of it?
I can clearly, confidently say content is the next big thing. Actually, it's already big. We don't even talk about the future. Content is the now. We are living it now. Content is going to help so many people change lives. That's what I can say. It used to be a joke those days. That's why even if most of the guys who are in Uganda know it very well, that in the early days, if you said you were going to venture into comedy, people would laugh at you. People would be like, wow, look at this
You're
joke.
joking, yeah.
If you said you wanted to do music, people would be like, now what are you talking about? What are you talking about? People want to be doctors, people want to be teachers, people want to be engineers. You're talking about being a comedian or a musician. It was a joke. Today, when those guys parade whatever they can parade to show how their lives have been changing over time as far as creating content in those fields is concerned, you will appreciate that talent is big. Those things are big. Drama and whatever else, as long as you handle it very well, as long as you know how to play the cards, it will always be. Tomorrow, or even today, people should start to acknowledge that content is what we are heading for. Even if you have a company, content is where we are heading. Today you might be somebody selling a cloth, but just showing an image or just having a photograph of that cloth is not enough. Somebody wants to visualize it. Somebody wants to see it. See when they put on that cloth. For example, if they turn, how will it, look on them? If they walk, how will it look on them? So that is all content, because you are venturing into visual content, video. So somebody will buy a cloth even without coming to your shop, but after looking at a video which shows how that product looks,
or how it was displayed.
How it was displayed. How, somebody can look at your body size and know that, no, that is my body size. If it fits her very well like that, then I'll be comfortable in the same cloth. That is one. That's where we are heading. People want to visually see what they are going to buy. So even companies are going to benefit from vision. Those days we used to have mobile phones. You could only text, and it was fun. Just text. You get your airtime and you text somebody a message. It was enough. Then later on things came into place where social media apps came into existence, and you sent somebody a message. You don't a message not just through SMS but through an app using those so many Viber, Facebook. It was the thing. Then later on we started sharing images. Wow, you share your image with somebody that looked so beautiful. Audios, we started sending each other audios. We used to hear that, you know what, in the next few years we are going to start calling others when we can even see them in real time. It happened. Today we are sharing content, videos. So people would rather call you, see your face on a call, than text you. We've moved from that step, so we are progressing. Content, those ones who are creating content, we used to create content for TV. Because I've been there, created content for TV.
Yeah.
You sell your content to a TV station, they buy the content, you benefit from that, and it's all TV we are looking at. Today you are creating for online. You own, actually you own your own programming. You know when to upload your content, at what time you want. You have your own programming. Now you're not utilizing the TV's programming, but your own. So that's where we are. And where does that take us? It means you're owning your own TV.
Yeah.
Today we have our own TV. If you come to my channel, you expect a video or two every week. It means you are fitting into my programming. You get it? So I have my own TV. Where does that take us? To sponsorships. Those days you used to put your content on TV, they get a sponsor, probably pay you something, a percentage, and that percent they take a 70%, whichever percentage. Today, when you have your own platform, you get your money fully the way the TV was getting the money and giving you a percentage. Today, you take your money. That's where content creation is. What does it mean? Tomorrow, all the advertisers are going to be looking for content creators who can influence the audience and
everyone will be able to do. Is it for everyone or not?
Having a phone in the past 7 years or 8 years was hard. Phones were expensive. Only the privileged few would manage to acquire a phone. Phones didn't have whichever things or features they have, but still we had to pay a lot for it. Today, with just a phone, you can start your content creation journey because all you need is a camera. And phones which have decent cameras are not so expensive.
But you know, not everyone can
like
afford
they
it.
used to be. Yes, not everyone can afford it. But like I said, 5, 7, 8 years ago, still no one could afford a lot of what they can afford today. You get it? So if you cannot afford something now, there is something cheaper you can afford which can still have the features. The problem we might have today is that some people want to produce the kind of quality a Hollywood content creator is producing. It's going to be hard for you because that comes with a budget.
We don't have even all the resources at hand and everything.
Yes. So you have to start with what you have. If your mobile phone can only be able to film probably in standard definition, it's okay. You start with that until you reach the kind of quality you are yearning for. We all start from somewhere. You get it? So even with the challenges we have, we can still look for ways out. If you can't, probably you can borrow a phone from somebody. There is no way I'm going to come to you when you're not using your phone and I genuinely tell you what I'm going to do, that I want to shoot a small video to upload on my social media platform, and you refuse. If you refuse, I'll get to somebody else because I can't only be having one friend in my life. You get it? I'll get somewhere to somebody else and I get that help. So it is all about you trying to use what you have to get what you have. There is always a way. Where there is a will, as long as you're willing to go out there and create something, you will always get the means to work around it. So that's when it comes to gadgets and all things like that. That's what you can do. Today, people look at producing quality sound when it comes to videos, but you might not be able to afford that. Today's lapels and those small microphones are costing less. Like they are on the low, even in the country here. You can find, I've seen microphones on online stores costing as low as 50,000 Ugandan shillings. That is almost around $15. Or even some $10. But that is, sometimes outdated technology, but they are still relevant. You can use that for the start, produce content as you progress towards the bigger gadgets you are interested in. Then when we talk about our governments coming in and all that, I think we might not be able to see government doing so much at the moment, but trust me, as we progress, they are going to come in. They
You
will.
think so, with all the corruption and everything?
They will, because what has corruption got to do with content creation? As long as they can put for us the services we need, as long as they can probably subsidize a few prices of a few commodities which we need in our content
But now you see
creation.
one of the major things is the internet, and as we
Yes.
know, the internet keeps getting higher and higher. So many taxes here and there, and we're not getting our money's value, because even sometimes it's meant to complete a month and it's not. So what makes you think that they're actually going to come on board with time and support us if right now we are not even getting the basic support from them in terms of giving us that?
I believe most people will always invest where they can. When the government starts seeing that, you know what, these platforms are creating employment for the people who would have been creating employment for, chances are high the only way to help is to come in and say, you know what, this is getting out of hand, yet our people are getting jobs this side. Because the more pressure the citizens put on these governments to make sure that we have the facilities we need, we have the infrastructure we need as far as our content creation is also concerned, then chances are high these guys are going to see what exactly what we are doing is helping them as well. Because
As a nation, yeah.
because when you have citizens happy, you get it, then you know you're doing something good for the people. As a government, you're supposed to do some stuff. They won't come in for us to help us write scripts and all that,
Yeah,
because
of course.
that's not
That's
their
our
work.
work.
But can you look at making sure we have faster internet? Because there is an issue of having internet which is so expensive, but it is not even fast. You're uploading a video
Yes.
just 1 GB and it is taking you hours. You get it? So, can they look into some of those things? And I know it is just a matter of time. Like I was saying, everyone is going to get into content creation. That is it. Even the government itself, if it wants some message to come to us, to people down there, they will have to invest into content creation. Because take an example where so many people are not on TV. Today people are not on TV. People are holding onto their mobile phones. Because even if there is a TV programming, it is being live. You know, there is live streaming for such a program. What does it mean? Even if the government is only thinking about TV and all those other sources, media platforms, they are going to come down to us. They are going to come down to this person who is just there selling chocolate with his phone or her phone, a smartphone. That person wants to look at content, interesting content. And you as the government, if you want to pass on anything to the people down here, you will have to invest in content
Whether you like it.
in any way. How? Because you cannot be wanting to pass on message to the people out there who are having their phones, and you yourself as government cannot even upload a video of 1 GB in the fewest minutes possible. It means you have to help yourself. The government might think this is not to them, for them, but it's coming to them at the end of the day, because this is where we are, and in the next few years it will even be so pressurized to them.
So now there's this situation
So
whereby
they need to look at those things that the content creators need. You get it? Because soon or later, trust me, these guys will look at content creators with a keen eye of getting something from them. So you cannot just be milking a cow which you're not giving food. At the end of the day, they will have to come down and help the content creators in any way. And by doing so, the content creators will be happy. And I know in the long run the government.
so as you very well know, like we've of course been in this whole lockdown thing, and yeah, we are still continuing to be in it, and so many people lost their jobs during this lockdown time. So many people, you know, their salaries were reduced, like so many challenges here and there, and there are no jobs, there are no opportunities. So yeah, what advice would you give to someone like this, maybe who is looking to get into content creation? How can they start amidst all these challenges that are there? Probably finances might be their challenge. So what's your advice on that?
Actually, we've almost talked about these things in our talk. We talked about how you can get a gadget even if you don't have. But most of these guys who are not even, who have left jobs now, most of them have their phones. And the issue is,
So are there any business opportunities they can get?
there are so many content creation opportunities. The other day I was looking at a freelancing website that is called Fiverr.com. On Fiverr.com, there are people who are doing voiceovers for a pay. Most of these guys who have been working in the company have good voices, beautiful voices, that when they start to speak, somebody might think they are on a radio. So there are platforms out there where you can apply and start creating content for people. Opportunities are all around there.
Yeah.
And that is one way. Now, for those ones who would like to probably venture into YouTube, today even Facebook is paying. It's paying for video. Most of those ones who are into video content creation, Facebook is paying. Much as it is not in Uganda yet, but some countries in Africa have started benefiting from that. I think South Africa, Nigeria are some of the countries, Ghana. So you who is interested in creating content, you can use Facebook because it is easier to grow a following on Facebook than it is on YouTube. But there is the options are unlimited. You can do everything. So if you are home, you no longer have a job, but you want to invest into content, first of all you need to find out what exactly do you want to do. What do you want to do? What kind of content do you want to create? Here you are, you want to start up your YouTube channel. Ask yourself, it's very hard for people to know what exactly they are interested in.
Yeah.
But look for something which you can easily wake up and talk about. Those things which we normally wake up and just do with passion, without anyone asking
any hassle,
us.
yes.
In most cases, those are the things we are good at. So you can venture into that. Whichever thing you feel you're comfortable talking about, even if somebody just got you from sleep, start from there. Then secondly, look for those things where you have passion, because if you have passion in something, it is easier for you to research about it. It's easier for you to get all the information you need about it, create content about those things.
Since anyone can do anything.
Yes, just make your topic interesting for others to want to watch it. As simple as that. If it is an educational video, people are here in Uganda, they are teachers. And so many of you teachers are good at doing stuff. People will be willing, or even students will be willing to watch your work.
Yeah, by the way, we did a video with him and you guys should watch it. We're talking about an educational platform that teachers and all these new other professions can as well utilize to make money online. So I'll leave it up here. So anyway, that is it. I don't want to make this video too long, but I think you guys have gotten the gist and you've learned whatever it is that you're able to get out of it. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Can't stop checking on ya. How was life going for ya? Hoping that you're